Listen to me. I could give any of you guys advice. This is what I would say. Don't destroy your peace. Don't help nobody. Back in December, I let this man move into my house. We had a relationship, situationship. It was the worst mistake of my life.
And that's what these abusers do. That's a manipulation tactic. They build up equity in a person because they know the mask is going to fall off. They know eventually they're going to reveal who they really are, but they need to buy as much time as possible.
And so it's hard to break perpetuating cycles. And this is why I offered this man therapy. I offered to pay for therapy because I understood the generational curses that we were dealing with.
This is exactly what women are talking about when they say like men are competing with a woman's peace. Because so many times men get into relationships with women and completely disrupt her life, completely disrupt her peace. And a lot of women are just not, they're just not open to that. Like they simply don't want to do that. They're not willing to do that. You know, they're like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to be, you know, put in harm's way, to, you know, suffer the emotional, maybe the physical abuse, whatever the case may be. Women just aren't signing up to do that because the majority of the time, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. It's not worth it. It's even if a man is not being like extremely abusive or even abusive, it's like the benefits of having a man around for most women are like nominal. They're, you know, maybe there's a benefit, but like overall, it's like, do I really need a man around? Do I really need that for this? I'm just saying, like, I get it. I just understand. I get it. It's tough. It's like I couldn't imagine being in this position. I couldn't imagine being with the person that is making my life, you know, harder in every single way. And I'm not making their life harder in any way, you know. So yeah, this is one of those like life lessons, I guess. And when women get online and they share their stories, this is something that women are listening to. They're like, okay, yeah, like why am I signing up to be with somebody? No, thank you. And if you read the comments, the women are like, no, thanks. That's why I'm single. That's why I'm happily single. That's why I'm single. And I'm like, yeah, no, I understand.
Listen to me. I could give any of you guys advice. This is what I would say. Don't destroy your peace. Don't help nobody. Back in December, I let this man move into my house. We had a relationship, situationship. It was the worst mistake of my life. He, you know, of course, when you meet people at first, it's the representative. It's the good person. It's all of that, you know, like the fake person. He lied to me about paying his mother's rent. He lied to me just about a plethora of things. And then now he's trying to stir up some sort of controversy. As you guys know, he bit through my finger. I still have nerve damage in my left index finger from this particular individual. I was trying to give him some more time to get his things together so that he could just move accordingly. But it seems that with these kind of demographic of people, you just cannot do that. And that's what I learned here. I don't wish this on anybody. Tonight, the police will be coming to my house in a little bit. He called them, which is fine because I would like to speak to them. I just want him to go. And I just want to live my life with my children. He also made up a narrative about me saying that my kids, I've trained my children to be scared of him or make up stories about him. My children are 4 and 8 years old. If you've ever met my children, you know that I don't have to train them to make up anything. If my children are saying things about you, then they are probably true. They're innocent. They are children. I don't even play that game over here, but I just don't wish this on nobody.
Also, if you bit through her finger, it would make sense that the kids, like they all got, like, what the way you bit through her finger? That's what I be telling. Y'all be terrible to the mamas, and then when the kids don't like you, you be shocked. Like, I'm good to y'all, you're bad to their mother. They know that. They feel it. They see it. They hear it. No matter what you think. So this is in, I think, like 2 times speed, maybe like 1.5 speed. I didn't do this. I didn't speed it up. She sped it up. I can't undo it. If it's sped up, it's sped up. There's nothing, I can't do anything about it. If I slow it down, it's going to be too bad. So just, you could do it on YouTube. It's easier. You can turn it down to like, I don't know, 0.75 or I don't know. You can do that. I don't know. But I just wanted to warn you guys because I know it's hard for people to listen sometimes.
Let me tell you something like that. Exactly what's been going on here. Okay, the cops just left. Okay. Let me start from here. We're in here, my son's sick. I just recuperated, just got well. I spent the last 3 days just sleeping, and he's, he's almost back. He's almost back fully. So it's just crazy. It's just so crazy. Like, so I'm in the room laying on the bed, and this man starts splurging off at the mouth about. And I had taken a call from one of my best friends, Donovan. He's my big brother's best friend, but he's been in the family since I was a little girl. He's like 5 years older than me. So he'll call me and he'll vent to me about like whatever he's got going on with his baby mom, whatever's going on, like so listen to this shit. And if you heard our conversations, you would never think, and you would think that we were biologically brothers and sisters. There's nothing about it that's screaming like, oh, you on the phone with your boyfriend or whatever. And I'm like, what? Mind you, we're not even together. We're just roommates right now because legally he can't, he has rights. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, what? And then he told me that I made up some story to tell my kids so that they would be scared of him or something. And I'm like, what are you talking? My kids are 8 and 4. Why? I wouldn't have to make up some story like that. If my kids are scared of you, for some reason, theoretically, then they're scared of you. I don't have to make that up. All right? That doesn't even fucking make sense. So I'm on the phone with my best friend, Malik, okay? After this. He went somewhere. I don't know where he went. I'm on the phone with one of my best friends, Malik. I didn't even know where this man was. I thought he had left the house. We're talking. And I'm venting because I'm pissed now. I'm just like, I don't even want to take it to the net today. I'm just trying to chill. And he comes out of nowhere, like, pop up, guess who did? And he's in the room now. The reason why this is because she can't take any D. And she can't suck D. And she can't. And I'm like, what? And Malik is on the other end just quiet. Like, I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. So I'm letting him rant, and I'm not even feeding into him.
You bit her finger damn near off because she can't take dick? Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Y'all be... Everything always comes back to sex for me, and I promise you. It's so weird.
Like, initially, I'm not even feeding into him. I'm just like, okay, he's having a temper tantrum. Okay, cool. Because I don't care. You guys know that relationship is done for me, so nothing about it. I just don't give a fuck. I don't care. So he's still going.
Which is probably why he was trying to get a rise out of her because... he knows the relationship is over. A lot of that happens all the time.
And he keeps coming in that room. He's going. I'm like, why don't you just leave? So he's insulting me now, calling me out of my name, etc., etc. I'm just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do tonight. Okay, cool. So I'm letting him get it off, and I was letting him get off for the full 15 minutes. So now I'm interacting. He's like talking about my dead mom, like your mom and dad are dead, and that's why you're jealous of me. Like what? And she's probably mad. I got a mom and dad. That's why I said that doesn't hurt me because you didn't come from the best family. So that information doesn't do anything to me. It just does nothing for me. So he just keeps going, like, but I'm not, so because I know who I am and I'm aware, like, people can insult me and doesn't do anything. So they're like, oh, you fat bitch, you're this, you're that, you're nasty, you're this, you're that, so I'm just like, well, I'm all this, but you're still here. So now I'm moving, and I'm talking to my friend Malik on the phone, like, Malik, here, take my address just in case, because, sometimes he likes to get a little bit handsy. Just in case, just take my address, but I didn't even get that far. So now all of a sudden, he's on the phone with his mom saying I sound like a man. It's just chaotic. So I'm like, well, why don't you go to your mom's house? So now I'm spilling all the tea. I'm like, oh, you can't go to your mom's house because you told me that your mom will let you come there without money. But you remember the same night I told you that he paid his mother's whole rent. Found out that was a lie. The night that he stole my car keys, my phones, my iPads, and he took them for 6 hours from okay, yeah, remember that night? I don't know if you guys remember it. He had his sister, who I don't even know, drive my car back, a stranger. Gave the stranger my wallet, my phones, my son's iPad, and everything, and drive it back to my house. And I got a knock at the top door right here, and it's like, you can't even get in that door unless you have the key to the bottom lock. It's her with all of my things. Talking about, can I come in? So I let her come in, and she's the one that told me that he doesn't pay the full rent at his mom's house. So this whole time, I'm like thinking that he's this noble individual, he's paying his mom's rent. This is all fucking smoking mirrors. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. Here going, he's gone. He's only paying half the rent here, and then those.
How would she? Because these situations be when I be really wanting the men to pay attention, like really lock in. How would she know that he wasn't paying half the rent at his mom's house? Are you guys telling me reasonably? Like, think about this for me. This is why the whole vetting shit is stupid. Let's think reasonably, right? If you meet a person and they're telling you, oh, when I live with my mom, I pay half the rent. When I live with my mom, I pay the bills. Whatever, right? Whatever all the bills. It doesn't matter. Whatever that is, right? Okay, cool. They tell you that. They live with you and they're paying stuff. So you don't have really any reason to doubt that they paid stuff there, right? This is what I'm trying to figure out, though. Was she supposed to ask the mother? Like, does he pay all the rent? Like, how would she find out how much of the rent he paid? If, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would she find that out? And mind you, like I said, because she just said that he only paid half the rent here in her apartment. So he was paying. So she really didn't have a reason to like follow up on that. But it does matter in the end when you see his behavior, because you just find out that he's such a fucking liar. He's a Legion level liar, right? How would she know any of this? Like, that's the thing about vetting that I always be wanting to point out to people. They're reasonably speaking, You are not going to follow up on 99% of the shit that somebody says. What you're going to do is, though, they tell you something and then you're going to watch their actions. So listen to what I'm saying. He lied to her and told her, oh, I paid all the rent, I paid all the bills, blah, 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 right? She just said, oh, yeah, that makes him look like a noble person. So that makes her like him more. It wasn't about like manipulating her in the sense of like getting her to let him live with her or anything like that, because she went on to say, oh, he paid half the rent when he was here. So he was paying bills. So why would she question that? In her mind, still, she's like, this dude's a noble guy, which this is what I'm trying to help y'all understand. All of this feeds into the man's ability to gaslight the woman, right? So if you are the woman and you think that this is a noble man, a man of high character, but he is not exhibiting that high character now, it is a reasonable conclusion to come to that maybe he's just going through something. Like the person he really is the person that paid all the bills when he stayed with his mother. That's the person he really is. Right now, he's going through something. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm causing it. Maybe it's our relationship dynamic, whatever. These are reasonable conclusions to come to. So if you come to that conclusion, you are probably going to give that person time to adjust. How many chances you give them, that's on you. Who knows how many chances you should give a person? Who knows how much time you should give a person, right? But that is on her to decide that, right? If she decides to do that, whatever happens in the end, I'm not going to go back to that point and go, oh, you didn't vet him. You didn't. Da, da, da. Reasonably speaking, how would she know? That's what I want you guys to understand about vetting and why it's so dumb to do the whole like, well, you chose him, you chose her. It's stupid. It's really dumb. It doesn't make any fucking sense. You will never know. You can never figure this stuff out. You don't figure it out until it's too late. That's the only time it comes up. Let's say he paid rent for a year straight. Year number 2, he started missing days. Oh, let me give you a quarter. Let me give you a third. Oh, I had to da 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 da. But it's reasonable to give a person 2, 3, 4, 5 months to figure that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not crazy. They've been paying rent for you. It's not crazy. They built up enough equity. They built up enough like cachet with you to give them chances. And that's what these abusers do. That's a manipulation tactic. They build up equity in a person because they know the mask is going to fall off. They know eventually they're going to reveal who they really are, but they need to buy as much time as possible.
I think my biggest problem with that whole situation is a liar. I cannot do a liar. Now I could do you could rattle off the truth at me all day. I'm with it. I'm really with it. But I cannot do a liar. Once you start all that lying shit, I'm scared of you. Well, I'm scared of you because now you lying. And why is the truth not good enough? Because your truth is not good enough. But my truth is good enough. Okay? I'm okay with it being exactly what it is. But one thing I cannot do is a liar. And that's what that man did. All he ever did in this bitch was lie. Just lie. Why do you lie? As a grown man, you're 5 years older than me. At 40 years old, why would you be lying like that? I don't understand. Like, am I missing something? Like, I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. Like, just the lying, it'd be the lying for me. Like, I cannot do, is it just me or is it just me? I cannot do no lying grown man. Why are you lying like that? I can't.
Everybody understands not being able to fucking be with a lying ass adult. That is fucking weird. I totally get it. But the reason he was lying, obviously, was to manipulate her. That's why.
To be 100% honest, I think that one of our biggest ailments was he has been with women that are all in low income still. He hasn't been with nobody in a higher tax bracket or any of those things. He's only been with women. He told me. He said, you got to excuse me, down here, these women be on Section 8 or they be in low income, domestic bonds housing. And, you throw them $200-300 to get their feet done and they be happy. And so the same thing goes for the family he comes from too, for the most part, And so it's hard to break perpetuating cycles. And this is why I offered this man therapy. I offered to pay for therapy because I understood the generational curses that we were dealing with. I should have known I was never going to work for him. His first baby mom don't deal with him like it's, and she just will not allow certain shit to fly. And a lot of this just has to do with this generational trauma. Of course, I was going to be too much for him, asking him to pay half the bills in the house. He thought paying half the rent was enough. And yes, he did cover the full rent a couple of months. And that's that $3,000 he's saying that I owe him. I don't really owe him shit. He lived here. But he's swearing, oh, I paid the rent in full 3 months out of almost a year of living here. You never paid electric. You never paid Wi-Fi. You never did any of that. So I just need us to, sometimes we need to be clear about those things. And I understand that a lot of that has to do with generational trauma that he's been through. And I don't really care. I don't really care. I just don't, like, it's just an unfortunate situation. But you're not going to come here and treat me like that because that's what you're used to, and that's unfortunate. And to my ladies in low-income housing, get way more than that. You're worth way more than that. That man's working a regular job. Tell that man that the fucking rent is two bills, $2,000, okay? Like, come on now.
It just seems like every single time a man provides for a woman, anytime a man does anything financially, it's always some expectation behind it. It's never like doing it just because it's what needs to be done. It's never that. It's always like, I paid the rent. Never forget when I paid your car note. Oh, I bought you the, like, if you gonna do that, bro, just keep your fucking money, bro. Like, for real, just keep the money. It's all good.
I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. I really felt like his mother used to want us to fight because she wanted him to come back there because she needed help with the bills. Because when he's there, he covers everything. But when he leaves, he breaks away from the toxicity. And so he has time to just kind of really think. Like, he'll be sitting here, and his brothers and them will just be calling him, like, I'm not answering that. They only want something from me. Like, they only want something from me. So theoretically, I just think that's what that is. Like, that's what the toxicity goes so deep that he can't have no positive relationship, because a lot of these men out here, just in general, I'm not talking about nobody's mother in general, these men's mother have fucked up the city so bad they don't have no men at 50, 60 years old, and they are banking on their sons. Yo, it's sick. It's disgusting.
I wouldn't say that was the mother's fault. I would say that's the absence of the men, the fathers that should be there providing and helping out financially, right? The women are just trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a desperate time for them. Like if the mother needs a man, her son or her sons to come help her financially, that's out of desperation. That's not because she's some evil person that can't get her shit together. That's because the men have abandoned her. That's what it is. Let's talk about that for sure.
Like, I'm not even lying to you. Like, it's disgusting. My mother would never kick up in an argument with me and my man. She'd be like, Brianne, just go your separate ways. How about you leave the house? Whatever. She's going to stay out of it. To have somebody's mother on the phone trying to insult me because they want you to come back there so you can pay all the bills because they ain't got it, is diabolical. And this is a real thing in the hood, y'all. This is a real thing in the hood. Like, a lot, like, other women have experienced it. This is a real thing. Like, these women want to be with their sons.
Yeah, I can't speak to that. That ain't that ain't my mama, but I can see that, you know what I'm saying? I can see that being something that happens. But again, especially when it comes to finances, that is connected to the behaviors of the men and the system. That is typically a systemic problem. So yeah, that was the only part that I wanted to make sure that we talked about. But yeah, man, that was a windy road. And it sucks. She had to get there. She had to be put through all of that stuff, or yeah. But what the fuck? What could she have done other than just not be with the man? And that's why, like, when anybody asks me for advice again about, like, what should women do in public? What do you think? I'd be like, just stay away from me, because I don't. How? She's gonna be blamed either way. She's gonna be blamed if she vets and he fucks her up. Oh, you didn't vet right. If she don't vet, I don't know. Just stay away from me. It's gonna be your fault either way. And the juice is hardly ever worth the squeeze. More than likely, you're going to end up being hurt.